Each person in these portraits led a peaceful life as a civil professional. With the start of Russia's war against Ukraine, they all joined Ukraine's 5th Volunteer Battalion, which later became the Ukrainian Volunteer Army. Their spirit and resolve only grew as they fought in Donbass.
He is a jeweler by trade. He showed me photos of the jewelry he made. I was delighted. I couldn't believe. And in the war, he was a sniper.
Andriy was born and raised in Russia, but later became a serviceman in Ukraine, rising to the rank of colonel. When the war started, he'd already been retired for 10 years. But he too decided to join the Ukrainian Volunteer Battalion to train recruits in artillery.
I have seen this army. I knew about this army. And the spirit of the volunteers encouraged not only the armed forces, but also the National Guard and the police to take up arms and fight.
Then there's Maxim. His unit conducted demining in liberated territories and now also trains new recruits. He remembers the precise moment when his portrait was painted.
The one we call painter friend often just looked for someone walking in all black, with only white teeth visible, with everything else soaked in mud, dust, and oil fuel. When you're walking so weary, I then said, let me wash up at least, and if it's for a good cause, I'm ready.
The artist behind the portraits is Serhiy Pushchenko. He created 110 portraits over 2 years after he himself became a volunteer in the spring of 2015. He says that it was his main mission to create them.
I was a painter in the war. I served in this exact battalion.
The portraits show how these volunteers remained responsible and creative citizens during the hardest of times. On the back of each painting, the subject wrote what inspired them.
So in this war, the Ukrainian Volunteer Battalion has disproved the tale that, quote, when cannons roar, the muses fall silent. The Ukrainian Volunteer Battalion has proved that in Ukraine, both muses are singing and cannons are roaring.